So let's talk about inviting. Now first, some rules about inviting people to look at WorldVentures. Number one, the less you say on the invite, the more you make. Now if you try to explain it over the phone, they're almost never going to join the business, because what's going to happen is they're going to prejudge WorldVentures before they've seen the presentation. So an invitation over the phone should take no more than about 45 seconds max. And even if you're an amazing salesperson, and let's say you can do the best explanation in the world over the phone, they're probably not going to join because they think that they're going to have to do the same thing. You see, our system works because we have a system that allows you to simply guide people to the information and let the information do the selling for you. See, 95% of the people in the world do not like to sell. So if you're personally trying to convince your own prospects, your chances of becoming successful go way down. My rule is this: I don't tell them anything about the business until they can see everything, until they can see the entire presentation. So next, if you email people a link to the presentation, if you Facebook message a link to the presentation, or if you post to your Facebook wall, they are almost never going to join. So trust me, just don't do that. People have to know this is a serious business and that you're all in on it. So emailing or posting a link to the presentation does not at all signify that this is a serious business or that you're all in on it. Next, if you give people the link over the phone to watch on their own, or you give them a DVD to watch on their own, you're gonna have a small percentage chance of enrolling them. So to set yourself up for success, you wanna set an appointment either in person or over the phone with them to see the presentation with you. So what do you say if you're calling someone? Well, let me give you what works for me. I'd call my friend up and say, hey Sarah, it's Matt. Listen, real quick, I'm about to pop into a meeting. I just have a second. When can I borrow 20 minutes of your time in the next couple days? I've got a project I'm working on and really need to run the idea past you. If she asks, what is it? I'm gonna say the exact same thing every single time. So I want you to remember this phrase. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, Sarah, listen, I wish I could explain it over the phone, but it'd be like trying to give a haircut over the phone. It's impossible. Listen, I've gotta run, but when can I buy you a coffee in the next couple days? So another strategy that works really well is simply sending them a text message. Something like, hey Sarah, coffee this week, question mark. Or my favorite, if I'm wanting to show someone right now, I'll just send a text. Hey Sarah, what are you doing right now? I'm gonna book the appointment, I'm gonna go see Sarah right now, and I'm gonna show her the presentation.
Or I would set an appointment with them at Starbucks. You know, what do you got going on tomorrow at 2? Let's meet at Starbucks. I've got something you gotta check out. Hey, you know what? You could even call them up on the phone. They might be out of state. Hey, what are you doing right now? And if they say nothing, great. Can you be in front of a computer or are you in front of your phone? Because what we've got now is you can actually have them see it on the computer. And if they're in front of their phone, we are so mobile these days that what you can do is actually say, you know what? I'm gonna send you a text. Do you have about 15 minutes? I'm gonna send you a text so you can watch something. I've got something big I'm doing and I wanna show you it. So this is something so simple, and you gotta remember, this is simple. Make it simple. The invitation is really just to say, hey, I've got something you gotta see. I've got something I'm doing and I want to show it to you. Do you got about 15 minutes?
Now, we know in many cases they're going to ask, what is it? So remember the phrase that I shared earlier. Listen, Sarah, I wish I could explain it over the phone, but it'd be like trying to give a haircut over the phone. It's impossible. Now, if they keep pressing you for what it is, you can say something like this. Sarah, listen, I've known you for a long time. Do I have enough credibility with you to get 90 minutes of your time? So the key to the invite is having a sense of urgency, having some excitement in your voice, and realizing that your job is not to convince them to join, it's just to have them see what you're doing. Always remember this, the speed of the group is determined by the speed of the leader. The key to your success can be boiled down to 3 simple letters, SMP. If you want to have a lot of success with WorldVentures, you want to show more people.